The forest still glowed when the ritual ended. The air was heavy with the scent of burnt herbs and damp soil, and the last curls of fire drifted like pale fireflies between the trees. We sat in a circle around the Kitsune Stone, its sigils still pulsing faintly with light, white, gold, and the softest red that only appeared when the fire spirits answered. I couldn't look at it for long. My chest ached every time I saw the way its surface breathed. No one spoke at first. The elders had already gone, their tails leaving faint streaks of light in the mist as they vanished into the trees. What lingered between us wasn't silence, but something thicker, like the echo of the chant still reverberating through our bodies. The connection hadn't faded yet. I could still feel my sister's energies brushing against mine, warm and trembling. The twins, Hana and Tsuki, were whispering to each other about how the light had felt, soft like petals, Hana had said, and Tsuki nodded, giggling, his hands still tracing invisible sigils in the dirt. Soto kept her eyes closed, breathing slow and deep. Itsuka sat cross-legged, digging at the ground with her claws. I stared at my hands. There was still spark at my fingertips, stubborn and hot. I couldn't tell if it was leftover fire from the ritual or something else. Something I shouldn't have brought into it. Then Hikari's voice broke the quiet. "You all saw him, didn't you?" I froze. The words seemed to ripple through the circle. The twins stopped whispering. Itsuka's head jerked up. Even Sota's calm broke. Her eyes fluttered open, uncertain. Hikari's expression didn't change, but her tails flicked once behind her, the light around her dimming slightly. It was Dad. No one answered. The forest around us creaked softly, as if even the trees were listening. She continued, steady and measured, so her voice caught for just a heartbeat. "We can't let that kind of memory surface again. Darkness clings to grief. If we keep holding on, it will take root. It will pull at all of us, at the whole clan." Her words were gentle, but they burned. I felt them in my stomach first, a twist that made it hard to breathe. I didn't need to look up to know she could feel my guilt through the bond that still hummed faintly between us. "We have to let him go," she said finally, softer now. "For our sake, and for his." The last ember in the fire pit cracked, a tiny sound in the vast forest. Sota murmured something about not meaning to, about memories just appearing on their own. The twins nodded solemnly, too young to understand the weight behind Hikari's voice. I wanted to say something. "I'm sorry. It was me. I saw him. I couldn't stop it." But the words stuck somewhere behind my teeth. All I managed was a faint, "It's over now." So even that sounded like a lie. When I finally dared to lift my gaze, Hikari wasn't looking at me. She was looking at the stone, her face illuminated by the pale light still pulsing within it. She looked calm, but I knew better. The way her fingers curved slightly, the way her shoulders looked straight. It was the same mask she had worn ever since Dad left, when the pain was too much to show. A soft rumble of thunder rolled through the distance, low and harmless, like a sigh. Moments later, the Kashira appeared from the trees. Raiden. His silver-blue tails flickered faintly, the air around him humming with static. My mother walked beside him, her steps graceful, her hair catching the light like a river. They spoke quietly to the elders first, thanking them. Then Raiden turned towards us. His voice was calm, but warm in that way that carries through the air without effort. "The ritual went well," he said. "The balance feels stronger this time." My mother smiled, and for the first time in a long while, it wasn't just polite. "The clan has the steadiest storms these days," she told him. "That's your doing." Raiden's ears twitched. He wasn't expecting that. "I only followed what the winds demanded," he said, but there was a flicker of color on his cheeks, quick as lightning. The twins looked delighted. Soto smiled faintly. Itsuko rolled her eyes and muttered something under her breath. I watched my mother instead. The way her smile lingered a heartbeat too long, the way her gaze softened when she looked at him. It made something twist inside me again. Not anger exactly, but a quiet fear. When they moved on, Raiden paused beside Hikari. "You held steady," he said. "The Shisho will be pleased. He wants to see you before the next cycle." Hikari bowed low. "Yes, Kashira." He gave her one last nod, then followed my mother back toward the path. The air crackled softly in his wake, the smell of earth stone mixing with foxfire and ash. Hikari stood a while longer before the Kitsune Stone, her silhouette bright against the fading sigils. I thought she might pray, or maybe ask the stone for strength, but she just watched it flicker until the light finally dimmed and went out. When she turned, her eyes found mine. For a moment, neither of us spoke. The bond between us still buzzed faintly. Light and fire, trembling under too much weight. She didn't scold me, didn't say my name, just gave a small nod that said she understood more than she would ever admit. Then she walked away, her tails catching the dim light, like threads of dawn trailing behind her.